Okay, hello everybody. Today we're here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in Just Flight's Piper Tomahawk. We have a 146 nautical mile flight from Oscar Papa Foxtrot Miami Opa Locka to Echo Yankee Whiskey Key West. We'll be flying VFR and using VFR flyways to navigate the Miami Bravo. For our ATC, we'll be using the beta version of sayintentions.ai. We'll also use a navlog on our kneeboard and a weather briefing during the flight brief. Should be an awesome flight, so let's hop into the pilot seat and get started.
All right, let's grab our kneeboard and get started. All right, we've done our pre-flight checks, so we'll move on to the before starting engine checklist. Cabin doors are closed and latched. Overhead latch is closed. Seats are adjusted and locked. Seat belts and harnesses are fastened. Circuit breakers are all in. Our parking brake is over here, that's set. Carburetor heat is off, that looks good. Fuel selector to desired tank, we'll put it to the left. I like that the little lock pops up there. Engine start, so we are starting cold, so we're going to prime it first. Primer's over here. 1, 2, 3, and it says leave it out on the last stroke. Throttle, crack open to 1/2 inch. Master switch, before we do this, let's get the window open here. Clear prop! Okay, master switch and alternator are on. And fuel left, right. Not on the checklist. Where are my fuel gauges? That's the engine pressures. Where? Oh, it's down here on the Tomahawk. There we go. We got a full tank here for fuel left, right. And it doesn't have a step here in the checklist for putting on external lights, but we're going to turn on the strobe lights just to let people know that we're about to start. Now we're back to the engine start checklist. We were at master switch on. Electric fuel pump is down here. That's on. Mixture coming to full rich. Then you can hear the change in the fuel pump with the mixture to full rich. Starter engage. Got 1,000 RPMs. Oil pressure is in the yellow, so we do have oil pressure. That looks good. Primer goes in and is locked. All right, throttle 800 to 1200. And that all looks good. So next we'll get on our avionics. Transponder 2 standby. COM 1, COM 2. Verify that our flaps are up. Flaps are up. Just going to close that window so it's a little quieter. All right. That looks good.
Piper 2432 Golf, Opa Locka clearance. Go ahead with your request. Information Juliet is current.
Piper 2432 Golf is a PA38 slant alpha. We'd like flight following destination Key West, Echo Yankee Whiskey at 4,500 with information Juliet.
Piper 32 Golf, cleared out of the Opa Locka airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 4,500. Departure on 128.6, squawk 4565.
Maintain VFR at or below Maintain VFR at or below 4,500. Departure 128.6, squawk 4565. Piper 2432 Golf. All right, I'll open up for flight and take you through the flight brief. So we're departing from Opa Locka, which is a class Delta beneath the Miami class Bravo. You can see as we head west that the class Bravo shelves start at 2,000 and 3,000, so we're going to need to remain underneath those unless we want to get a Bravo transition clearance. If we open up the VFR flyways, we can see the suggested route for remaining underneath the Bravo. That's these blue lines here. So we're going to head west, then southwest until we are clear of the Bravo, and then we're going to navigate to the islands. So heading back to our departure, we're going to look for Opa Locka West, which is a closed airport. Then we're going to turn west, look for the South Cement Plant, Miami Homestead Airport, and then eventually the Ranger Station. Then we're going to turn southeast. At this point we can start climbing, and then we're going to fly over the Florida Keys until we reach our destination, which is a Class Delta of Echo Yankee Whiskey Key West. We're running with real weather, so I can open up the weather briefing in ForeFlight. And if you've never seen a briefing before, there's a ton of information. We've got some NOTAMs here and TFRs. So we've got one of the runways is closed at Opa Locka Executive. If we look at the weather actually looks pretty good currently. You can see that there's nothing really going on over Florida. If we look at the TAFs for our route, skies clear, winds calm. Couldn't have better VFR weather for our flight. Cloud coverage shows clear skies all along the southeast here. If we look at the winds, we've got light winds. Those arrows are the wind vectors. They're showing about 5 knots from the little barbs that are sticking out, and you can see the wind direction will give us a nice tailwind when we're flying over the Florida Keys. The TAFs and future weather all looks great. Everything's green for VFR. If we look at the wind charts, the winds are light, and if you look at our departure altitude, we've got winds that vary from 2 knots to 5 knots. Couldn't have a better day. ForeFlight will generate a PDF of your flight plan, and we're going to use that PDF and attach it to our virtual knee board in the Piper Tomahawk, and you'll see me looking down and pulling up headings for our next waypoints off the knee board, just like we would in real life. Opa Locka ground, Piper 2432 Golf, Atlantic Aviation, taxi for west departure with information Juliet.
Piper 2432 Golf, Opa Locka ground, runway 27 right via Papa November 8.
Taxi 27 right via Papa November 8, Piper 2432 Golf.
King Air 145 Kilo Alpha cross runway 21 contact ground on 121.9. Going to Lima crossing 26 and Echo Delta, Handoff 56. Pittsburgh 1 Lima Whiskey runway 33 Delta ready for departure.
Mag left, and we've got a good drop. Next we'll check mag right. I'll check my initial heading from the nav log here from the knee board. Opa Locka Tower, Piper 2432 Golf, holding short runway 27 right at November 8, ready for departure.
Piper 2432 Golf, Miami approach. Contact Opa Locka Tower on 134.675 for departure clearance.
Over to 134.675, Piper 2432 Golf. Opa Locka Tower, Piper 2432 Golf, holding short runway 27 right at November 8, ready for departure.
Piper 2432 Golf, Opa Locka Tower, winds calm, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27 right, Piper 2432 Golf. Parking brake released, clear on the right, clear on the left. Game on. That was pretty cool that I toggled over to the wrong frequency and accidentally had departure set, and departure just redirected me back to tower for takeoff clearance. Airspeed's alive, coming up on 50, 55, and rotate. So I think somewhere around 55 for the Piper. I should have looked at the checklist. 55 is what I normally rotate at in the C-172.
If you look to your left, about 1 mile away at your 9 o'clock, you'll see the historic Opa Locka Airport.
We're going to turn on to our initial 297.
Contact departure on 125.05. Have a good evening. Delta Foxtrot Kilo Michael J.
We're going to stay at 2,000 for this initial segment here until we get clear of the Bravo. And we're looking for the closed field of Opa Locka West.
5, Piper 32 Golf, contact departure.
Over to departure, Piper 32 Golf. Miami departure, Piper 2432 Golf, 1,500, climbing 2,000.
Piper 2432 Golf, Miami approach, radar contact.
Coming up on 2,000, I can't see Opa Locka yet.
Piper 2432 Golf, Miami approach, traffic at your 1 o'clock, 6 miles. At 2,500 feet, Cessna 172.
Looking for traffic, Piper 2432 Golf. 1 o'clock, 6 miles, a little bit higher than me. And I don't see him yet. Alright, I think I've got Opa Locka Airport. So if we look at our nav log here, next up after that is 256. Looks great.
Piper 32 Golf. Where are you headed?
Destination for Piper 2432 Golf is Key West, Echo Yankee Whiskey.
Piper 32 Golf, Roger, Key West, EYW.
Affirm, Piper 2432 Golf. Alright, coming up on our next waypoint, and that will be a 196.
A Piper 32 Golf, contact Miami Center on 132.4.
Over to 132.4, Piper 32 Golf. Miami Center, Piper 2432 Golf, level 2100.
Piper 2432 Golf, Miami Center, Roger. Miami altimeter 29904.
29904, Piper 2432 Golf. Alright, that's Miami Homestead, just off our left wing here. Next up, we're looking for the Ranger Station. And at this point, I think we are free and clear to navigate up to 4,500.
Accuracy Center, Kodiak 2 Oscar Zulu requesting descent.
Good morning, altimeter 29901.
Piper 2432 Golf, Key West Tower. Enter right downwind for runway 9er.
Right downwind, runway 9, Piper 2432 Golf.
Piper 32 Golf, winds calm. Runway 9er clear to land.
Runway 9 are cleared to land, Piper 32 Golf.
Negative.
185, ready in 9440, actually down to 5,000.
Piper 32 Golf, welcome to Key West. Contact ground on 130.875.
Key West ground, Piper 2432 Golf, taxi to signature.
Piper 2432 Golf, Key West ground, taxi to signature via Alpha 11.
Falcon 762, Foxtrot.
Alright, that was an awesome scenic flight, and SayIntentions.ai really added to it with the AI ATC. It was very cool to have a custom knee board set up with my actual navlog in the Piper Tomahawk, and I wish more aircraft designers would add that functionality. So I hope you enjoy realistic general aviation flying like this. If you do, be sure to click that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks as always for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.